Alright, what's up, guys? So this is Uneasy Crimes. This is episode 9. And in today's episode, I will be doing part 2 of the Zodiac Killer, which is once again my favorite case of all time. I can talk about it for hours to absolutely anybody that's interested. And yeah. So, like I said, I have, almost 10 pages of information. And it's all in a row, it's all in order so that I can just keep on going. Because obviously I want to record this back to back to back to back to back. And go from there. So, obviously in part 1 I discussed basically the first attack, basically the information on Zodiac, like what we know of the suspects and all that stuff, just up to this point and all that stuff. And so let's get into it. So just before July 4th, 1969, Darlene Farron and Michael Magoo, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, drove into the Blue Rock Springs Pack in Vallejo, California. Basically just about 4 miles from Lake Herman Road, where the first attack happened. A second car pulls up, but almost just as soon as it pulls up, it goes out. 10 minutes later, it comes back and is parked behind them, which is very weird. Gets out, goes up to the passenger seat, and carrying a 9mm pistol, points and shoots 5 times into the car. Both are shot multiple times. Zodiac goes away, but hears moaning, gets out, and shoots again. At around 12:59 a.m., Vallejo PD gets a call from someone claiming people have been shot, and basically the caller says that he's behind it, and he's also behind the Lake Herman Road murders as well, which was 6 months ago to now. So the call is later traced to a phone booth at a gas station on Springs Road, only 3/10 of a mile from Farron's home and only 3 blocks from Vallejo PD. So, obviously, but it did say that it was like something like 27 miles away from the crime. So that means, especially if, oh no, that was a different one. Sorry about that. But yeah, there is a crime in here, and I'm like, damn, why the hell would you walk that far? I don't know how. So now we get to the first letter of the Zodiac. So it is now August 1st, 1969. 3 letters were received at Vallejo Times-Herald, San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. All of them are basically identical, except a few changes. The letters say that they were the ones who did it, and at Lake Herman Road and Blue Rock Springs. Each of the letters also include a 4408 symbol cryptogram, which the Zodiac claimed would tell his identity. The Zodiac demanded to be put on the front page of the newspaper, or, and I quote, "cruise around all weekend killing lone people in the night, then move on to kill again until I end up with a dozen people over the weekend," end quote. The Chronicle published a third of the cryptogram of the next day's edition. So now we move on to page 2. of my writings of the case. The article next to it is a quote from VPD chief that said, and I quote, "We're not satisfied that the letters are by the murderer," end quote. And he requested another letter to basically give them facts to prove he's the killer. All 3 letters were published, and the threatening murders never happened. So maybe the Zodiac never planned to actually kill. He just wanted to be on the front page because of attention. And there are, later on in the case when I talk about it, there are many instances where you can just tell he wants as much attention as he can get. Yeah, so all 3 letters. Okay, I already said that. The only solved cryptogram, and I quote, it's a long quote, so here we go. "I like killing people because it is so much more fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest," end quote. And I quote, "Because man is the most dangerous animal of all. Something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your socks off with a girl. The best part of it is when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and those who I have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try to slow me down or stop my collection of slaves for my afterlife," end quote. None of the final 18 letters have been solved, because there was other letters in the cryptogram, and those letters have never been solved. So now we move forward to August 7th, 1969. Another letter is received at San Francisco Examiner with the starting, and I quote, "Dear editor, this is the Zodiac speaking," end quote. This is the first time the killer uses the Zodiac name. So that's where the name got from, was this start. This letter was a response to the Vallejo PD chief about proving that he was the killer of Faraday, Jensen, and Farron. The Zodiac in this letter details things that have yet to be released to the public at that time, and when they crack the code, quote, they will have me," end quote. On August 8th, 1969, Donald and Betty Hardin of Salinas, California, if I'm pronouncing that right, cracked the 408 symbol cryptogram. So this was, like I said, this was the only solved cryptogram, but even then, not all the letters in the cryptogram was solved. So that's pretty crazy. And there was many notes, many cryptograms and stuff like that. And yeah, absolutely crazy. But so that was part 2. I'll get into part 3 as soon as I'm done. Once I press stop to this, I'll immediately press record and go on to part 3. So, hope you guys are enjoying this. And it is pretty cool that there's people. I don't know what the hell that is. There is, I think that's, what the hell is that? Okay, sorry about that. That was the bathtub. So I think it is cool that I get to tell weird cases, and especially some cases that some people have never heard in their life, and in some cases that they want other people on YouTube to talk about it, that not a lot of people talk about. But that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool, because I watch other people that do cases like unsolved cases. It's always BuzzFeed. When it comes to like disappearances and other types of that, I go mainly towards Gabulosis. I really like her channel because she goes into like solved and then unsolved and all that stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.